Hello folks and welcome back to another lesson, another Queens of the Stone Age track, and it's a badass one, In My Head. It's got a lovely tone, check this out. Really trademark growly tone, and we're using the Cathal inbred SFT. I'm also adding a whammy pedal set to 1 octave above for the middle 8 section where you get that for that bit. And later on for Troy solo, I'm just using this bad boy, which is the Soundloud Liverpool Hungry Beaver. Great pedal for these sort of it's just a really great fuzz pedal. I love it for all this sort of stuff. So let's crack on with the first riff. For the intro part, you're just playing octaves. So you've got the root on the A. D string is muted and the octave is played on the G string. And you're going to play 8th notes basically. So 2 bars of each. We go like this. Pretty straightforward, right? It's just chromatic. 2 bars on the 11th, 2 bars on the 10th, 2 bars on the 9th, and then back up to the 10th. That comes in a bit later on over the top of one of the other parts, so stay tuned for that. Then the verse riff goes like this. And around, okay? Again, pretty straightforward, and I think they fret it here. It's just single notes. I don't hear any like octaves or anything. Now it's worth pointing out that the change always comes on the 4 and, okay? So the last 8th note of each bar is when you change note. So you start off with 7 on the open E, then you do 8 on the 8th fret. Okay, so just bear that in mind. The rest is very straightforward, so I'm going to slow it down and then I'll show you the last bar. So when you move down to the A, I use my 3rd finger there, because then you've got your 1st finger that can do that little grace note hammer on from the 3rd to the 5th fret, okay? So it's... You don't have to put that in, but I did find an isolated track where you just hear the guitar part, and that's what they're doing there. So, next part is this. 12th fret. I'm going to fret 12, 14, 14, 13 here. Just in case I overshoot, but you could just do it as power chords if you find that easier. So 12th fret on the E string, and you're going to do 2 bars. 1 guitar goes down to the G. The other one is on the 10th fret on the A string, playing a little power chord, right? Then both join up for this D chord here on the 10th fret. Up 1 fret. Okay, so that all the way through. The next part's amazing. It's a variance of the verse part, but it's just lovely. It's got some additional bits in it. So you're going to carry on playing all that stuff, but you're going to add in some nice extra notes. Here, you could just play the 11th fret on the A, but I tend to go for the whole octave. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I just quite like it. So you're going to play the 8th fret. You're going to additionally add the 9th fret on the D string. You're always muting the string in between these notes, okay? 3rd finger stays there, 2nd finger moves up 1 fret. 2nd finger down to the 5th fret, and then your 1st finger can come into play with that part, okay? So the whole thing goes like this. Okay, so there's a couple of little rests in there as well. You'll hear. You could just hack away, right? But that's what's on the album version at least. So you've got another 7, then change, rest, change, rest, change. So you've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down to the 3rd fret. And then you keep the kind of 8th note vibe going by playing 2 more on the 3rd fret on the low E. Okay, you play that around 4 times, then you're back into that kind of chorusy riff. All that good stuff, okay? But when you come out of that riff into the sort of middle 8 part, the guitar's split off. So I think it's Troy's guitar. We'll call it guitar 1, goes off and plays this. So if I go for the last bar, the D sharp. That's the whole shebang, okay? So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. It's pretty straightforward, and you're probably going to want to play the other part. But you're going 7, 3, to an open E, and you do play the sort of the 5th as well there. Don't have to if you don't want to, but I hear that. Up to the 10th fret. And around again. So it's a repeated 3-bar phrase. So it sounds a little bit interesting rhythmically. And the last time. And you leave that ring out basically for an extra 8th note. And for Josh's guitar part, you're going to play. And around again, okay? Now there are some fills with this as well. So we've got, the main part anyway is 6, 7, 9. Up to 10. And then back around, but this time you got this fill. Okay. So they're just sliding around 10, 11, 10, 9, 10. And then another time with this fill. There's a couple of subtle variations here because you get this. Very subtle difference in rhythm. You could just play 8th notes if you want, but if you want to play it as I heard on the album. So you've got that. And then you've got... little grace note slide there from the 12th to the 14th. Back down again for the last time. Alright, there's a little drop in dynamics as well in the next part where you get this. So it's just pretty straightforward. You're just going down to some single note stuff, then to a like a G5, D5, back to a single note, and then you go back into the normal chords, okay? Quick run through of the solo, because we've got quite a lot to get through. It's basically... and then it sort of branches off a bit from there. That's super straightforward, so it's just... little slide at the end. Next phrase goes... okay, that's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to bash through these, okay, because it's all pretty straightforward. You just got to get the rhythm into your head, really. Then you've got 7th fret. Okay, there's that little turnaround. Then back to the main phrase with a little fill. I would start this with my 3rd finger and play... and then you're back in again, right, ready to go. So slowly, that part. Lovely, isn't it, with the fuzz? Then round again. Again, just another really straightforward fill. I'll play it one more time. Down again to the 5th fret. Okay, which is the same as the fill that we did previously. And then you've got this. So that last part is just... then the intro riff plays. That whole thing. But the second guitar part will play this along with it. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? And you go around that a couple of times. The second time round, when you get to this D sharp, you're going to just stay on that for a bar. So coming out of it would be... similarly, the other guitar part would be playing... So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that one and hope it was a decent pace for you all. Lots to get through, wasn't there? See you again soon. Cheers, bye-bye.